What if the reality we perceive is entangled at levels we cannot imagine? Today, we're diving into one of the strangest phenomena in physics, quantum entanglement. But here's the twist. Could this mysterious phenomenon have anything to do with how we experience consciousness? Get ready, because today we're blending science and philosophy to explore a question that could change how we see the universe and ourselves. Quantum entanglement happens when two particles become so connected that the state of one affects the state of the other, instantly, no matter how far apart they are. This breaks the rules of classical physics and challenges our common understanding of space and time. Imagine you have two particles, one on Earth and one on the Moon. If you measure the state of the particle on Earth, the particle on the Moon instantly responds, as if they were never separated. It sounds like science fiction, but it's been proven by multiple experiments. The famous scientist John Bell created a test, known as Bell's theorem, to check if this really happens. And guess what? It does. Scientists have shown that these particles are linked in a way we still don't fully understand. Even Einstein, who didn't like this idea, called it spooky action at a distance. But today, it's accepted as a real and fundamental part of quantum mechanics. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Some scientists and philosophers have started to wonder, could quantum entanglement be happening inside our brains? Could the strange properties of quantum mechanics have something to do with how we think, feel, and experience the world? The brain is one of the most complex systems we know. It's made up of billions of neurons that communicate through electrical signals. But what if this communication isn't just electrical? What if it's quantum? One of the most interesting ideas is the orchestrated objective reduction theory, proposed by Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff. They suggest that tiny structures in our brain cells, called microtubules, might operate at a quantum level. According to them, consciousness itself could arise from quantum processes happening in these microtubules. These microtubules are incredibly small and might be able to support quantum states, like superposition and entanglement, that influence how our brains work. If this is true, it could explain things like intuition, creativity, or even why we have subjective experiences in the first place. Think about those moments when you suddenly know something without consciously figuring it out. Could this be your brain accessing quantum information? But, as exciting as this sounds, many scientists remain skeptical. The biggest criticism is that the brain is too warm and noisy for quantum effects to last long enough to affect our thoughts. In most quantum experiments, particles need to be isolated and cooled to near absolute zero for quantum effects to be visible. The brain, on the other hand, is a complex and active environment, filled with chemical reactions and electrical activity. Philosophers like David Chalmers and scientists like Lawrence Krauss argue that, while intriguing, these theories don't have enough empirical support. They point out that while quantum mechanics plays a role in the fundamental laws of the universe, that doesn't mean it directly explains consciousness. Even though the theory of quantum consciousness has its supporters, it's still a topic of hot debate. The main question is, can quantum effects really influence something as complex as the brain? But even if we set aside the scientific debate for a moment, the philosophical implications of quantum entanglement in consciousness are profound. Some philosophers have started to wonder, if quantum mechanics plays a role in the brain, could consciousness be a fundamental part of the universe? This idea, known as panpsychism, suggests that consciousness might be as fundamental as space, time, and matter, woven into the fabric of reality itself. It challenges the idea that consciousness is just a product of complex computation, instead suggesting that it could be a basic property of the universe. This opens up questions that go far beyond neuroscience. If consciousness is part of the universe, how does it interact with physical matter? Could this change how we think about life, existence, and even reality itself? So, does quantum entanglement explain human consciousness? The truth is, we don't know yet. What we do know is that quantum mechanics is real and strange, and there's still much to discover about how our brains work. Maybe, one day, we'll find out that the key to understanding the universe lies in the way we think and perceive reality. If you enjoyed this video and are fascinated by topics like this, make sure to hit like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next episodes. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated whenever we release new content. See you next time as we continue exploring the mysteries of the universe.